welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I'm here with my weekly WIP and Chat. If you're new or you're just not sure what that means, WIP stands for work in progress, in this case, for me, a diamond painting, and chat just means we are going to spend some time together today chatting and catching up about diamond painting and life and all those sorts of things. So feel free to pull out a project to work alongside me if you like, or you can treat this like a podcast while you're just hanging out at home, getting stuff done, or whatever works for you. I'm just looking forward to chatting with you as always this Monday morning. So I'm going to be working on my cross-stitch conversion project where I'm turning a cross-stitch chart into a diamond painting on a blank diamond painting canvas. And the name of this piece is Once Upon a Fairy Tale. It's by Amy Stewart. And let me grab the original artwork to show you. And the chart itself is from... Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. The chart itself is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and if you take a look, we are down here in this corner. You can kind of see the ship over here, right? So what's really exciting about this for me is that I am actually at the end of this project. If you could see, the end is literally right here. After almost 2.5 years now, I should have this done in a matter of days, and I'm still kind of in shock over the fact that just, something happened in the past couple of months and it just lit a fire under me, and I have been unable to put this project away. I'm just enjoying it so much and so incredibly eager to see it finished. So I'm on a mission. I'm absolutely on a mission. So I'm going to be working on this today. I know it's Drills and Chills season and I don't have a Drills and Chills project to share with you today, but honestly, once this is over, this project is done, I will be able to focus so much better on other projects I'd enjoy working on. Before I get more into that, let me tell you what I'm going to be working with accessories wise. So this is a pen I actually opened in a recent small shop haul but haven't used yet. It's from Black Wolf Woodworks. Really pretty hybrid. The metal multi-placer is from Diamond Art Club. Then this tray is from Catproof Designs. I haven't used a tray from them in a little while, so I pulled one out to work with. And then I'm going to be using this fairy dust scented sticky wax from Pure Bliss Wax Company. I haven't used this one before. This scent. It smells really good. It's like a neutral scent. I don't know how to describe it. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's nice. It smells nice. I'm going to use that in my single placer. And then this putty is from Becky's Crafty Chaos and is, I haven't used the one that's out of the tin yet. She gave me some different ones that had different kind of, I think, consistencies and stuff. So I thought I could use this in my multi-placer today. So actually I'll start with that and load up my multi-placer and then we'll be good to go. Let me grab the flat end of my tweezers. I feel like this is usually a easier way to kind of dig some putty out. But hi guys, how are you today? I hope that you had a wonderful weekend and that your Monday's off to a wonderful start so far. I am, as always, settling in. This Sunday evening is what I'm filming and looking forward to chatting and catching up with you a little bit and have my little notes here to remind myself of what even happened this past week, because I have just a notoriously really, really terrible memory. And so if I don't write things down, I'm like, what did I even have for breakfast this morning? I don't even know what happened last week, let alone, or this morning, let alone last week. So, this is always one of my favorite parts of winding down the weekend and getting ready to kick off a new week. And so please subscribe if you aren't already and you enjoy diamond painting videos. I do a variety of unboxings and reviews and occasional tutorials and other kind of fun topic ideas that come to mind. And these weekly WIP and Chats, of course. I'd love to have you here. So I'm gathering my thoughts is what I'm doing, because I'm getting ready to shift into the mode of, okay, time to work on a cross-stitch conversion, which, the first couple of times that I tried to do a cross-stitch chart during a WIP and Chat, it didn't go super smoothly because it was a lot to kind of okay, let me select a symbol and then let me account. I need to turn up the brightness a little bit. Hopefully this won't mess with the camera too much. That's why I turn the brightness way down before I film, because otherwise the camera just doesn't know what to do with the lighting situation. So, but now I feel like I'm a little bit more seasoned at doing these cross-stitch shirts. So just a super, super quick recap, because if you've watched a lot of my videos, you will have heard all of this a number of times already. But lots of new faces having joined, especially with Drills and Chills, and I don't want you to feel in the dark at all. But I started this project around 2.5 years ago, and it's a really large scale. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's a really fantastic way to start. That wax is sticky and this drill does not want to come off. Okay. Maybe I need to dirty up this wax a little bit. It is really, really sticky wax. Let me just tap it on my clothes. Just a little bit. The chart itself is so large that I divided the kit into 8 panels. And at the beginning of this year, did I even have it halfway done? I don't even know that I had it halfway done. But just the past couple of months is when I started the second half of the project and haven't been able to put it down. I don't know if it's just sort of once I hit the halfway point and realized that, okay, everything that I have left to do is still less than I have already completed, and that made it feel more manageable maybe. I don't know, but I'm not mad. And so, yeah, this is the last panel, the 8th panel, and I imagine that here in the next couple of days it'll be done. Now, I don't anticipate that I will be taking a picture necessarily, getting out all 8 panels, finding a spot to take a picture right away. I am definitely pushing it here in terms of burnout, but it's like I'm on such a mission that it's like I don't think I'm gonna like actually be burned out on the craft in general. But I do think that what's going to happen is that I'm going to finish this panel and immediately want to just like pack it away and go focus on other diamond painting things, especially like my Drills and Chills event related kits, because those have been taking really a back seat, which, you know, that's okay. I did a ton of Drills and Chills projects last year, so I'm like, it's okay if this year's a little bit lighter on the actual kits I'm completing. But yeah, once this is done, I think I'm gonna feel this huge sense of lightness, because even just sort of in terms of how much space it's taking up, this project takes up 2 full, let me show you, 2 full Elizabeth Ward trays. This is just one of 2. And they just, whenever I haven't been working on this project, they've still been sitting in my desk area and still take up space. And so it's a visual reminder. It actually takes up literal space. So I think it's going to be kind of unreal to be like, and this big project is done. And mentally to just go, okay, now I feel like I might be able to take on other, you know, even like working on other large diamond painting canvases. I've been really averse to working on big confetti heavy square drill canvases because I always have this project in the back of my mind. So I'm very curious to see how different things might be, if at all. Maybe they're going to be exactly the same. I don't even know, but I'm really excited. I will report back on how I feel, the euphoria or maybe the letdown, who knows. But no, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to hitting the finish line, reaching the finish line. So I have not worked on my Make Market kit that I kitted up with you guys last week. Everything is still sitting just where I left it after I finished filming that video. But I am going to probably dive right into that one as soon as I finish this project, and I will finally be able to report back to you on Make Market squares and what my experience is of working with them. I've been talking with a couple other crafters that have worked on those, and they were wondering how Make Market squares compared to Diamond Dot squares and if they might be the same manufacturer. And I've done one square Diamond Dots kit. It was a few years ago though, and so I don't know if Diamond Dots has made any changes, but I will be really interested to see as well if there are any similarities. But I know that I want to work on that kit, and then also I have my dragon kit that I want to work on for the month of September. I'm working on just kind of a little self diamond paint along that you're welcome to join in on if you like. But throughout this year, because it's the year of the dragon, I was actually born in the year of the dragon and have a really deep love for all things dragons anyway. I've just been working on one dragon kit each month, doing a little dragon diamond paint along, and I am thinking ahead to, I think I will do a video where I do kind of like a parade of dragons and share the different dragon kits that I completed this year. I don't know why. It's only September, but this past week in particular, I've been thinking a lot about sort of different kinds of year-end type videos I might enjoy doing. I'm playing around with maybe, I don't know, I am playing around with doing even things like, I'm afraid this is going to sound like salacious, but it's not meant to be, but just my least favorite, like my 5 least favorite kits that I worked on this year, or actually ranking my finishes this year, because I mean, that's often something that I have been, people have said about how I do my reviews or talk about kits, is that I don't ever want it to seem like I'm being dishonest, because I'm someone that am to a fault, like trying to find the positive, and in large part, it's like I just don't want to feel like I wasted my time working on a kit. So I'm always going to try to find something that I liked about it. But I also don't want to be, I don't know, I don't want to be misleading or something. So I've kicked around things like, I think there's a gracious way, like a not mean way I could do a video like that, because I think that it is absolutely possible to be honest without being really like mean about it, I guess. But maybe that's just me. I've thought about like maybe like mapping out potentially kits I might want to work on next year, and other kind of sort of reflective videos. I don't know. So I'm kind of kicking around some different things I could do as we're approaching the end of the year. I think what tends to happen is that I don't think about these things ahead of time, and then all of a sudden it's already the end of the year and I'm out of time, and it's the busyness of the holidays, and I just go, well, I'm just going to do a year in review video and that'll be it. You know what else I want to make sure I work on here relatively soon is the first drop happened. Sorry to shift topics just slightly, but just thinking about projects I want to be working on after I finish this one. The first drop happened for the Night of the Frost Dragon stitch along, which I did, hold on a second, let me make sure I'm not... Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. I did an unboxing of that a few weeks ago, where I'm doing a stitch along that is being released as a cross stitch, like designed as a cross stitch along, but I'm doing it as a diamond painting. I'd actually contacted the shop owner. The shop owner's Flossy Fox Shop. She is such a sweetheart, and had asked ahead of time, is there any, if it's okay for me to ask, is there any backstitching or specialty stitches in this stitch along? I'm thinking about doing it as a diamond painting, and, of course that wouldn't quite translate, so I just thought I would ask first before, getting the materials and then starting and then being disappointed. She was so sweet and responded like, no, I think she said something like she tries to keep it relatively simple for these stitch alongs, and... Hold on, did I miss that one? Yeah, right there. Okay. And so, yeah, I have all the materials for that. And the first drop happened. And the drops happen, I think, on the 10th of each month. You can sign up at any time and still have access to the earlier drops, of course. But yeah, I want to make sure I work on that. I'd like to stay on top of that and not fall really behind. But... it's not like I'm even behind yet. The second drop hasn't even happened yet. But if you didn't know, by the way, Flossy Fox Shop actually just this past week signed with Jaded Gem Shop to do diamond paintings, to release their artwork as diamond paintings. And so it's their cross-stitch charts. They've already been charted by this artist, and they'll just be released in diamond painting form. So I feel like that means that it's just out of the box going to have that clean and crisp render that comes with their Jaded Gem Shop's pixel charting, which is their name for their hand charted kits. So I already feel like, okay, well, you have me in a chokehold now, Jade. And let me tell you what, it was a heck of a week for collaborations being announced. Did you guys follow along at all with Diamond Art Club's Halloween releases? Now, while the majority of the actual Halloween kits were, to be honest with you, not really my jam. I don't tend to work on AI artwork, and that's not me telling you what you should enjoy working on or how you should spend your money. It's just for the most part, that's just not something that I gravitate towards. It doesn't really appeal to me. But they capped off the week by announcing that they have licensed with Disney. And let me tell you what, I am so ridiculously excited. Now, there are plenty of people that are going to be like, okay, it's Disney. Okay, are you a child? And I just go, look, I know that there's this whole thing with the quote Disney adult, if you're looking at sort of TikTok and whatnot. And I understand, I get it. And I try not to be obnoxious, but I also am like, let people love what they love. I don't shame anyone else for loving what they love. Let me love these things that were just bright spots in my childhood and that I really enjoy seeing my kids enjoy and that I still just love as an adult. We are really lucky to live about 20 minutes from Disneyland. There have been years that we have had annual passes there because they do have like a Southern California pass. And, especially when my kids were really little, it's like we didn't have to pay for them before they were 2 years old. So, I have lots and lots of fond memories and associations with Disney, and I have just been hoping for a very, very, very long time that Diamond Art Club might be able to sign Disney and start doing official Disney diamond paintings. I feel like when they released Marvel a year and a half ago, because I did the Marvelous May event that first year, and that was last year. When they signed Marvel, I thought, Ooh, could this be a stepping stone to actual Disney? Because please. So while the Halloween kits that released, I did buy one of them. They aren't like something that I specifically got really excited about. Diamond Art Club has said that there is so much to come and that we're not ready. This is just the start. So I'm just like, Diamond Art Club, Jada Gem Shop, what are you doing to me? And you know what? It's not even just those two. So many of these small shops have been releasing just gorgeous killer images lately. I'm afraid to start naming some for fear that I'll miss some. But I'm just a few, Enablers Outpost has had some really cute ones lately. Muni Made, Diamond Delights, Diamond Artisan Shop. Oh my gosh, there's so many more. I know I'm forgetting some, but just shops out here really killing it lately. And so much artwork, so little time. I've been very, very, very picky lately, though. I've been saying no to a lot. For the Halloween releases with Diamond Art Club, I just picked up one of the Disney kits, and then I picked up the Mini Dazzles set. And I'm not sure that I'm going to work on the Mini Dazzles set this year, but I just am still continuing to be so drawn to these mini kits that one I really like the look of, potentially for a seasonal kit to do next month. We'll see. But the Disney one I picked up was the one that had Mickey and Minnie in it. Was it called Sweet Treats? And it only has 12 colors in it, and I thought this would be a fun kit to speed run. It looks like a color blocking dream. I'm really curious about that one. So, so that's, all these shops are just, they're killing it, I guess is what I just keep saying. But you'll have to let me know if you picked up anything in the Halloween releases or if nothing was quite calling your name. There'll always be more, though. There'll always be more. So don't let the FOMO bite, okay? Just you work on the kits that you pick up the kits that you really, really love, and feel like they're really gonna bring you joy. So did I miss one? I did. This brightness being lower is making things a little bit of a challenge. No, not that. But yeah, so fun things happening in that sense. And then, thank you, by the way. Last week's WIP and Chat, I asked you for your feedback on if you would still be interested in me showing kits that aren't available any longer here on my channel, as far as if the shop is closed or the kit has been discontinued. I know that not everyone leaves a comment. A lot of you are lurkers, which, hey, hello, you're in great company. I tend to be a lurker, and as much as I wish I were much more consistent about commenting on videos, I tend to just put things on my watch later playlist and just let it roll. So I totally get it. But at least for those of you that commented, many of you seemed to think like that it was totally fine. You didn't mind. So, I'll try not to inundate my channel with that kind of thing. But from time to time, you might see a kit from a shop that is closed, or the artwork itself is discontinued, and hopefully it'll still be fun to watch, if nothing else, something to hunt for in a D-stash group. But yeah, so just thank you. Just wanted to acknowledge and say thank you to those of you that did leave comments about that. And then I have been, this past week, I did finally, especially because I wasn't really shopping much with Halloween at Diamond Art Club, I did make my way through some of our Drills and Chills sponsors and did some shopping. My Drills and Chills video this week, my plan is to have it be essentially a small shop haul, but with sponsor spotlight style. So I will then be, testing out a lot of those goodies or showing a lot of those goodies in my weekly WIP and Chat. So if you're not doing Drills and Chills or not joining in on, whether it's not joining in on the event or just not, watching the videos, which is, I get it. I totally get it. But if you're wanting to see kind of some small shop highlights, you're welcome to watch it and just skip the part that talks about the giveaways, but still, hear about some small shops. And either way, you'll still see their various small shop things featured in my WIP and Chats. And yeah, it's been, I haven't been doing a ton of shopping at all the past few months, so it was kind of fun to go ahead and do some sponsor shopping. And I've had some packages arriving at my door. Micah, my youngest, likes to bring the packages in from outside, and so he's been very tickled this past week as things have been starting to arrive. Yeah, it's like a little pile to go through here. I also enjoyed this past week for Drills and Chills. I did a video where I unboxed an enhancement set from DPO Sparklers and the kit that the enhancement set goes with. And it's so funny because even as I opened it up, I just went, yeah, nope, still not someone that would really thrive on doing enhancements, I don't feel like. It's funny because, okay, so when I talk about enhancements, what I mean is not really exactly what I was showing in that video, which is, where, okay, DPO Sparklers has mapped it all out for me. I don't have to do any, there's no brain power involved. It's all the work's done for me, so it can still be pretty mindless. But rather, the process of just me as an individual looking at a diamond painting that I'm working on and going, you know what? I feel like this part of the artwork would look even better if I added some ABs, or, ooh, this part looks like it could look really good with some crystals added in. Yeah, no, I just don't find myself really still being drawn to that or enjoying it. But when I very first started diamond paintings, like back in 2020, I feel like I did a lot more of that. Even one of the Drills and Chills that I worked on in 2020, I added enhancements to, and I don't know, I found it to be more fun at the time. I think I also felt like it was something that you just were supposed to do. Like that was sort of part of the process of being a diamond painter and growing as a diamond painter, was that you had to sort of learn how to come up with enhancements, like to be able to look at your artwork with a critical eye and go, okay, here's what I want to get some special drills to add in. And that's just, it took me a little while to sort of come around to, it's okay that I don't enjoy it. And it's okay that like other people do. I don't have to feel like pressured or anything to do it as well. And it's okay that it's something I'm just not good at. I feel like it requires a certain level of like creativity and artistry that it's not what I come to diamond painting for. I like that diamond painting, just all the work is done for me, and I I don't know, like if I were to do enhancements, I feel like I'm a little bit rolling the dice because it's like, what if it doesn't look good? And then I'm picking off drills and putting the old ones back on or having to try out different things. It feels like you know what? It feels like a waste of time. This is funny. I just realized this a little bit ties into why I so badly like tend to focus on the positives when I'm reviewing companies is because I guess I just have a real complex about I do not want to feel like my time was wasted. um, and so I don't know, maybe that's part of it too, but I have so much respect for and admiration for those that it's easy for them to be like, you know what, I think I'm going to try these enhancements here. I think this special drill look really cool in this spot, but it couldn't be me. But still, I'm going to enjoy trying out that DP with Sparkler set with that Diamond Art Club kit. And if nothing else, it is a smaller scale project. So even if I really don't care for doing it, it's not like I've taken on a huge project that requires me to like power through all of that. But yeah, I think I'll try to get to that kit maybe next month, but we'll see. I really just I have absolutely no idea how I'm gonna feel after I finish this project. What I'll be in the mood to work on. So it'll be fun. Oh, is that supposed to be there? Okay. So other things that have been going on. So this past week was rough. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I had what I think is probably the worst migraine I have ever had, like in my life. And I'm not being dramatic. I always hesitate to talk about things like migraines, or like, other chronic pain issues, because I feel like it's really easy for it to sound annoying, or if it's something you haven't dealt with, to think, are you kind of over exaggerating or being dramatic about it? Or for the way that I describe it to sound like I'm playing it up or something. Oops, sorry, I just bumped the camera. And so I'm always cautious sort of in how I talk about it, but no, this was, did I talk about it in last week's WIP and Chat about how I ended up having to miss hanging out with my friend because she had a migraine that was really bad. And I don't know if I mentioned just in my Patreon vlog or if I also mentioned it in my WIP and Chat, but her migraines are so bad that she's ended up in the ER more than once. And I had made a comment, at least in my vlog, about how, I've never ended up in the ER, but there have been once or twice where I thought, oh, like maybe should I? And I did not end up in the ER this time, but I was pretty close. I was pretty close to having Adam contact one of our friends to come watch our kids so that he could take me. It was bad. And it's also, I feel very defeated because it feels like there are so many possible factors and triggers at play that I feel overwhelmed with not even knowing where to start. I feel like for a while, like, I don't know, maybe a year or two, I felt like I had something of a handle on, okay, I've identified that like these really specific things are triggers, and if migraine triggers, and if I avoid them, I'm, in pretty good shape, in decent shape. And it just honestly feels like the past few months in particular that just has all gone out the window, and I can't begin to pinpoint exactly what it is. So, and I just am having, I need to get my butt into gear and actually be keeping a headache log where I'm tracking everything from my sleep schedule to what I ate to tracking what my actual pain levels are, and actually tracking, okay, did I have a headache this day or not? Because sometimes it all sort of blurs together a little bit. But yeah, there's so many possible causes, and yeah, so that's been really frustrating. But it had started just as a regular headache. I felt kind of a headache coming on, and it had been a string of kind of having headaches the week or so before that. So I took some Advil, just thinking like, okay, this will nip it in the bud or whatever. And then it kept getting worse. Then I tried one of my, rescue prescription meds, and then went to go lay down. This was in the evening, because often what I can do is take one of my prescription rescue meds, and if I go take a nap, usually that would have kicked it in the bud. And instead what happened is I woke up from that nap, which, yes, I am aware that often taking naps and sleep things can actually make migraines worse. I'm just saying this was not the case for me, generally speaking. This was something that would help. But no, I woke up from that nap, and my headache was worse and getting to an excruciating point, and getting so unbearable. And so I forced myself to go take something else. I took Excedrin, which I know is not like the best option, because it can just be really, really, really hard on your system. But for me, like, that works more consistently than any of the emergency meds that I've tried, like the rescue meds that I've tried. So that has a tab on it. Let's pop this off. And I think that's actually the color I'm working with right now, so I can just replace that really easily. Anyway, but then I took that, and then I made myself sit up and just like breathe. And I felt like I was counting the seconds, praying that it was going to kick in, that it was going to work, because I just was, everything hurt. Everything hurt. Sounds hurt. I was curled up in a ball, but like anything touching my skin hurt. Adam was able to do the kids' bedtime, because that's when this was all going down. And even like having the door closed, I'm in a quiet, dark room, even just like the faint sounds of them getting ready for bed on the other side of the door was like someone was scraping down a raw nerve. It was so painful. Everything hurt. It was horrible. It was completely horrible. I would never in a million years wish migraines on my worst enemy. They are just completely debilitating. And I just kept thinking, is the platform going to feel weird if I say this? But I thought, I was like, I'm not going to make it. Like, I'm going to DIE. Like, that's how how bad and painful that it felt. So, thankfully, the medicine worked, and Adam had brought me in a couple of ice packs at one point, and I was just living with an ice pack, one at the base of my neck and one kind of right over my, my sinuses and my forehead. And a couple hours later, I felt like, okay, I think I can sort of stand up. I can move. I didn't even want to move. It was, I haven't experienced migraine that horrible, I don't think, ever. So I talked to my mom for a little while about it the next day, because she also suffers from chronic migraines. And she had said, she's like, yeah, for her, it was in her mid 30s. And after she had kids that she started getting regular migraines. And I guess just sort of statistically speaking, this is the time in a woman's life where their migraines tend to peak. So, and so she was kind of pointing that out to me, and she did also gently suggest, she's like, there are a couple things that weren't triggers for me before, but then it got to a point where then they were triggers. And she pointed out, she's like, I know you drink like one diet Pepsi a day, and then sometimes coffee. She's like, it could be, she just gently suggested, maybe it's artificial sweeteners. Maybe it's what's in the diet Pepsi, because it got to a point where NutraSweet, aka, I never know how to pronounce this correctly, aspartame or aspartame, is like an instant migraine trigger for her, and a really common migraine trigger for others. And so I was like, I know that, like, generally speaking, diet pop isn't the best for you anyway, but it was just, I would have one a day with dinner. It was just like it was a treat, a little pick me up. But I thought, you know what, I will try anything, because that was so painful and so bad. Like, no, I'll try it. So I had talked to her and also done some research and thought, okay, I'm going to experiment with swapping it for something else that has caffeine, but no artificial sweeteners, because if I would have cut it out cold turkey, I'd get a horrible rebound headache from the caffeine, as in no longer having the caffeine. Hold on a second. Where's this one? Okay, right there. And so I found a green tea that has like honey in it and is caffeinated but doesn't have any artificial sweeteners. And yeah, like obviously I don't want to add a bunch of sugar in as a swap, but I'm gonna try out some different things. And that was for the past 4 or 5 days, I've had one headache day and it didn't turn into a migraine. So, I'm just gonna keep trying things, and I am going to start really religiously keeping a headache log so that I can bring that data to my doctor, and then potentially might be time to get a referral to a neurologist and just kind of go from there. So that's kind of the sort of info dump about that. That just kind of overshadowed a lot of my week because it was a big thing. But thankfully I'm doing all right and headache free today. So calling that a win. And then I also have been, part of one of the things that may have been the triggers is that we've had these big weather changes and temperature shifts as we're moving out of summer and into fall weather. But while yes, this may be having a negative effect, physically sometimes, just in that sense, it's having a really positive effect on me in other ways. So I kind of joke, kind of don't joke that I feel like I have the reverse seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, where I feel like I have more energy and like, I don't know, I love the cooler weather so much more. The hot weather really just feels like it saps my energy and I feel kind of lower and stuff. So we finally had some nice cool weather this past week, and I just, even though this happens every single year and I know it in my head, it's still different every single year experiencing it in practice. But there were a couple of days this week when it was really cool. It was just a high of like 72, 73 Fahrenheit. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I could get anything done. I feel so much better. I just feel lighter. I'm just so much happier. I'm so happy that it's cooled off. I can, wear clothes that I'm more comfortable in and not be like hot and sweaty. Like it just, I underestimate and forget just how big of an impact that makes until it happens again every year. That did translate into me being pretty productive yesterday, actually. So I tend to trip and fall into big reorganization projects, and that happened to me yesterday. I had decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get all of the laundry folded and put away. I don't know if you're like me, where it's like, okay, wash, dry, that all can happen within 12 hours or whatever, but actually folding and putting away the clean laundry, that's 7 to 10 business days. But I thought, okay, let me get everyone's laundry folded and put away. And I was doing that in my youngest's room, and I thought, I really should go through his dresser and pull out some of the clothes that he's outgrown. I think he went through a little bit of the growth spurt recently, and so I was like, let me get some clothes out of here that I know don't fit him anymore, get him into the donate pile. And then that turned into, I don't remember how, that turned into me doing a giant closet clean out, and this included the floor outside of his closet, which had turned into a dumping ground for a variety of things, honestly, there was a lot of diamond painting related stuff that had ended up in there, and various stuff of Micah's too. So I did a huge clean out. I pulled like everything out of his closet, and we live in a pretty small space, and so literally there was no place for me to step, because his room is the smallest bedroom of the bunch. And so it's stuff like I had piles, like some piles in the hallways, some piles in his room, some piles like on his bed, on the chair. But I did manage to get through his whole closet, and I have like 2 giant trash bags and a big box now sitting in the trunk of my car, ready to be donated to Savers. And I got kind of everything off the floor outside the closet and tucked away and more reorganized. The one thing I did not do, I tried, and I just like, nope, not in the emotional space to do this today, was there's a couple of totes, like big Rubbermaid totes in his closet that just have baby and toddler clothes that he outgrew. And it was one of those things where when he was at that age and as he was outgrowing this stuff, we were pretty sure we weren't going to have any more kids, but there was just that sort of niggling, like, I don't want to, like, we haven't made any permanent decisions, like, and it's not 100%, it's like 99, but just in case, let me hold on to some of the stuff. So it was partly that, and also partly I'm just not emotionally ready to let go of some of these things. I get really sentimental. I'm incredibly, too sentimental, I think, sometimes. And so I had been saying for a while and joked that I just need to, like, get a metaphorical glass of wine, because I don't drink alcohol because it gives me migraines, but a metaphorical glass of wine, and just have a good, like, wine and cry as I go through those totes and actually go ahead and donate those clothes, you know? And I opened up one tote and started to go through it, and sitting on top were some bibs that my mom had cross-stitched for him, and I promptly closed that tote back up and said, nope, not today. It's not going to happen today. I can't do it. And I'll hold on to some stuff, like, honestly, the bibs that my mom cross-stitched, it's like, I'm okay with holding on to, like, a tote of, you know, sentimental, baby and kid stuff or something, especially something like that. But, yeah, maybe I could hold on to that for grandkids. But, like, I'm not going to hold on to a bunch of, like, a ton of onesies and, like, you know, shorts and shirts and stuff, because that stuff doesn't tend to, like, necessarily hold up super well over time. I remember when after we had my oldest, and then we were pulling out, we saved a ton, you know, most of his clothes for hand-me-downs. And then as I was pulling out, I remember some of those clothes for my youngest, it was like, after sitting in storage, some of them, it's like some stains just sort of, I feel like if you're a parent and you've had babies, you know, it's like some stains or spots will just appear even if you put everything away perfectly clean and laundered and stain-free. It's like, no, there's just something about it where stuff will just sort of appear after it sits in storage for a bit. So it's like, I know that there's no reason to save any of that stuff for years to hand on to my grandkids, but aside from the really sentimental stuff. But anyway, I started to try to go through those totes and just went, nope, I can't do it today. I mean, I just am, you know, mental health and stuff has been a struggle the past couple months, and I had some tough kind of anxiety. This is a bad anxiety week. And I just am not in the headspace to go through that stuff, and that's okay. It's like, once we're a little more stable and secure and I'm feeling a bit better, then then maybe I'll be able to go through it. It would free up a lot of space. So but yeah, no, I felt really good though about it took me a few hours. But it was happy to have it done. Mike is going to be getting a new bed soon, and so part of the motivation was, like, I need to do a clean out so that when we get that new bed, that there's actually sort of space to work with it. So so it was a productive week in that sense, at least. I'm not going to complain about that getting done. What else? Oh, we went to the pool today. My kids remain little fish. This summer really changed them into little swimmers. And so Connor is regularly asking, like, when can we go to the pool? And we had said it really, like, should be over 80 degrees ideally. Like, yes, we can go swimming if it's in the 70s. But, the water is pretty cold at this point. I don't think our pool is heated. I don't think that's part of, like, our HOA, but I did ask one of the gals that was at the pool today. She's there basically every single day. Like, she just sits and suns and is happy as a clam. But I asked her today because I knew she would know. I was like, when is the actual last day that the pool is open? And she said October 31st. And then she said, I ask them every single year to extend it through the end of November, and I get told no every single year. But I just sent in my request last week, and we'll see what they say this year. And I was like, okay, that's, totally get it. But she's not wrong. I mean, through November and out here, it can be pretty warm. But yeah, so we did go swimming today. And Connor just, I cannot believe the difference from the beginning of summer, how much more comfortable he is in the water. He just is flourishing. He loves it. And even Micah is more comfortable in the water. Micah doesn't know how to swim just yet, but he still finds lots of ways to play and play safely and everything. And we'll probably do swim lessons with him next summer. I think that'll be the right timing for Micah to do swim lessons. And otherwise, we had a pretty chill weekend. Adam took Connor to, hold on a second. Hold on. This is not, wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is in the wrong spot. Got it. Adam took Connor to the movies because it was like Batman Day. They were showing a bunch of older Batman movies in theaters. Like they had like Batman, it's 1989. They had the animated one, and so we had like some passes and stuff. And so Adam ended up taking Connor, and since they were like special events, they were really cheap anyway. And they had some good like father-son time, and Connor is just like a really fun age, and Adam Batman has always been Adam's favorite thing, so getting to share that with Connor, very much like Adam got to share that with his dad when he was a kid, I think has been really, really special, and they're both loving it. And I've been just chilling with Micah, having a good time with Micah, and getting some diamond painting done. Connor's also at an age where it's very, very, very sweet, actually. And I remember being this age and doing this, but we had gone down to visit Adam's parents last weekend. I might have mentioned this in last week's WIP and Chat. I'm blanking, but when we went to leave, Connor got really weepy, and he just was really sad to be saying goodbye. And it's like, we only live an hour away. And we see them relatively often. But Connor he got really weepy about leaving. I remember kind of doing this when I was his age, because my extended family lived a few hours away from where we lived. And I remember there being a time when I would like cry and be really sad about leaving my grandma's house, because we would go up and visit for, a few days and stay overnight and stuff. But, yeah, so I really am loving so much about the age that they're at, and not like in a, I'm trying to have like toxic positivity or something, because there certainly are hard days, but I do feel genuinely like there is just a lot of really wonderful things about the age they are. So, and I'm excited for this week where we have, don't go to the home screen. Okay, I thought I hit the home screen button by accident. Our school does this our district sometimes does these like, cute little lunch events where you can actually go in and have lunch with your kids at school. And so we have those this week, and Connor already asked, like, are you guys going to be coming? So we will. And Micah will just, of course, be tickled to see us too. So yeah, that's on our plan for this week, and other things going on. Speaking of the kids, this past week I got it's a milestone, you guys, total milestone. Got my first phone call from the school about my kids. And there's this sort of like, I'm just sort of used to it. There's always this sense of when I see their number pop up on my phone, my heart stops for a second, because I'm like, oh no, what happened? And then it's like wondering like, okay, what's going to be this time? And that's what happened this week. And they called, and it was just to say that, just letting you know, Micah was playing at recess, and he fell kind of hard and scraped his knees, and just wouldn't let us put a Band-Aid on them. We wanted to let you know that, we saw it. We really did try to patch him up. We'll try again later. And I just said, thank you so much for letting me know. Like, do you need me to come pick him up? They said, no, we just, wanted to make sure you knew what happened. And I also said, I was like, don't fret too much. That doesn't surprise me that he won't let you put a Band-Aid on. I was like, I'll probably be able to talk him into it, like, and talk him through it once I get him home. But no, he's really, really tough about that kind of thing. So I initially thought it was going to be, okay, you have to come pick him up because he's sick. And, waiting for that call, that first call, but no, just skin knees, and he's fine. Took a nice long bath that evening, and I did manage to talk him into letting me put a Band-Aid on the one, because it was a little rough, but he's totally fine now, all healed up. And then Connor has been doing the music class that he ended up signing up for was vocal. I think that probably next year we'll do band. String instruments, they can start in 4th grade, but they don't have band instruments available until 5th. So I thought when we talked to him about it, we didn't like make the decision for him or anything. I don't think he's a strings kid. It'd be fine if like he were really interested, but he didn't seem that interested. And just my read on it is like, I think he's probably going to be like a saxophone or maybe like a trombone kid. But we'll see. And so I'm like, we'll try vocal, even though poor kiddo, he's a little tone deaf, but that's really okay. It's still something that like he can still develop and learn. And if he's enjoying it, then, and he really did, he really wanted to do, they call it vocal. I don't know. They just call it choir, this year. And we're like, sure, yeah, let's do it. So, he's enjoying that and just generally seeming to really like his teacher a lot. I'm still not over that, like in a good way. I'm so happy with the kids' teachers this year. I feel very, very, very lucky and fortunate with how that's all worked out. So my mom is coming out. I'm excited. She's coming out to visit next month. She's booked her trip. And I'm sure she'll be bringing her diamond painting stuff. And I have some diamond paintings already waiting here for her. She was already asking if she could shop some of my Make Market Christmas stash for Christmas. I was like, well, I'm going to work on some of them myself. But yeah, no, I'm not going to work on all of them. And of course, you can shop my Make Market diamond paintings. But we're excited for some of our kind of annual fall traditions, like going to the pumpkin patch, and she'll be here over my birthday, which will be really nice. Usually she comes a little bit earlier in October and she's gone before my birthday, but she kind of shifted things this year. And so she'll still be here for Halloween and we'll still get to, do trick or treat in the pumpkin patch and everything together. But then she'll be here through my birthday, which I'm excited about. So, Connor's counting the days and it's on the calendar. So, excited for that. I've been talking to the kids about, Connor, I haven't really talked to Micah about it yet, but talking to Connor about what he wants to be for Halloween this year. And he just said he really wants to, his costume to be something where he has something to hold. And I was like, I would love to know where this came from. Like, it's not that it's an issue. It's more of a, why that? Why, like, you want something to hold? But so we were kind of brainstorming some different things. And I think what we landed on is he's going to pick a Minecraft character. And they have, like, that pixelated sword that, like, that's Minecraft. So I think that's probably what Connor's going to go with. I need to talk to Micah about it. I think he's probably going to end up wanting to do something Super Mario related. But I should ask him and see. So, yep, that's coming up fast. But, okay, so as far as what I've been reading and watching and listening to, this segment I enjoy doing at the end of my WIP and Chat. So reading-wise, I haven't had anything new in the rotation, but Facebook did suggest a couple of reading-related Facebook groups to me. And it was with like can I have some recommendations for like this trope or whatever? And anyway, so I joined a couple of those just to see if anything might catch my eye in there. And then watching, I have been still down this whole like video, essay, and commentary rabbit hole on YouTube. It just kind of varies what the topic is. This past week it was I ended up on Rachel Oates' channel and catching up on like all of the Gabby Hanna lore, and that was really something. I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of crazy and like ever unfolding. But that's been my watching, and then listening to. I think I might be the last person on the planet to finally get on the like Chapel Roan train, but like I did finally, in part because I got pushed a video that was like on kind of the story behind is she, her, or they, them? I don't know their pronouns, but Chapel Roan, and then ended up listening to some of their music and just it's been stuck in my head. Oops, what'd I do with this chart? Zoom back in. So who knew that I could listen to things besides just Taylor Swift? But no, it's been fun to kind of mix it up a little bit. And again, I just gotta watch what I've got on in the car because I don't need Micah. Like, Micah loves spelling and reading and everything. And so if he's hearing like spelling out hot to go, like that's going to be a really fun explanation to have to give his teacher at school. So, but yeah, no, that's my reading and watching and listening to. And then as far as what I have coming up this week on the channel, I have a pile of belated sneak peeks that have arrived in the past few days from Diamond Art Club. I think that the farthest back one of them goes is almost a month. And so, yeah, no, just delays happen. I don't know if anything has ever been this delayed. And it just, yeah, I'll be just playing some catch up this week, and some of them are just going to be, you know, unboxings at this point, which is okay. But I completely lost my spot. Where am I? Am I here? I think I'm here. Okay. So this may be a Diamond Art Club heavy week. I hope that is okay. I'll probably do some combination videos so that they're not all individual unboxings, because I want to make sure I'm giving other shops and things love on my channel and time on my channel. So, but yeah, there'll be some Diamond Art Club stuff coming. I will have my small shop sponsor spotlight on Saturday for my week 4 drills and chills video. Hard to believe that like I'm coming up on doing my week 4 video for drills and chills and I only have one event kit completed. But yeah, no, once this is done, this is really going to open up a lot as far as my mental space and my time and everything to work on some event kits. But yeah, like I mentioned, even though I'm anticipating finishing this giant project here in the next few days, I think it's going to be a bit before, like it might not even be till after drills and chills till I do like a big wrap up video. I'm just going to completely follow my nose. I have a hunch that once I finish this, I'm going to need to like put it up and out of sight for a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I think I'm just going to need it like get out of my sight for a minute, and then I'll come back when I'm ready. But I'm really looking forward to having this project done. I'm going to feel so accomplished. But yeah, I will try to get you guys an update video, or like a giant post review and kind of reveal of how it all looks completed. I promise I'll try not to wait too long on getting that to you, because I'd imagine you're excited to see how it looks as much as I am. So I think that's kind of it. So let me see. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, how about some kind of boat or ship or nautical emoji in honor of this big ship in the background? And let me know how you're doing, of course, and if there was anything fun you were working on today that you'd like to share about. But we, made some progress through these set of 2 columns. I'll probably finish this up this evening and then maybe open up the next set and get a little in on that before I go to bed. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. Just a reminder to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my diamond painting videos. I would love to have you here as always, and look forward to reading your comments just about how you're doing and what you're working on and all that. So thanks for spending some time with me today, you guys. I hope you have a day and a week that's as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.